Now let's bring in criminal defense attorney Mark Eiglarsh and trial attorney Heather Hansen. Thank you both for coming on. Mark, to you first. You heard Jonathan there. I mean, basically, the deputy DA is in court right now saying, wait a minute, the Menendez brothers never told this story back in the day. I mean, the new story, the new basis is that they were now contending there was, or saying there was sexual abuse, and that there's some letters and there's some evidence to back that up. But the deputy DA is saying this story was never told back in the original trial.
Correct. And he has every right as a representative of the office to say, we no longer take the position that they deserve a lighter sentence. I personally believe that you don't get a lighter sentence or a change in sentence because you've done good work in prison, because you look like you've been rehabilitated. There are thousands of people around this country who didn't have Kim Kardashian pitching for them, didn't have a Netflix special about them, that they should be released for the same reason. If that's the standard, then let's start opening up the prison doors and we'll have a floodgates of people leaving. The reason why I think they might explore getting a new trial is potentially because there was this newly discovered evidence that sheds light on their potential abuse, and that should have been admitted in the original case, but not the reason why the original DA filed that motion.
Yeah, and Heather, it's a fair point, because that's kind of the genesis of this proposal of, maybe resentencing. But the question remains, is they killed both their mom and their dad. The sexual abuse was alleged by the father against one of the sons. The mom was not involved in this at all. So you still have this, okay, why were both parents killed?
Yeah, I mean, it's a challenging question, because the resentencing penal code in California says that you can resentence if you come across a motion to do so in the interest of justice. And so the question is this just? Many people think that it was unjust for these two young men to go to jail, especially given some of the facts of that prior trial. In addition, although Mark is correct that there are a lot of people who have been rehabilitated in prison, that is part of the consideration for a judge to decide whether or not resentencing is appropriate. In this case, both Eric and Lyle have done a lot of things in prison. They've started a hospice, they've started a suicide prevention, they've started planting trees, they've supported other prisoners, and those things will go into the consideration. The penal code is what rules here, and the California penal code is broad in this particular case.
It's interesting to me, Mark Eiglarsh, because now we're talking about the fact that George Gascon, the previous DA, said that, yeah, they should be resentenced. And now you have Nathan Hochman, the new DA, saying, now let's not do that. It appears that whatever this judge decides, the Menendez brothers and their attorneys will still get to go before the parole board in mid-June and be able to kind of convince them.
Yeah, none of this really matters. We know what the governor of California is going to do. He's got his finger on the clemency button, and he's ready to hit it at any point. So I think that that's where this is really headed. These guys are going to be released.
Yeah, do you think the same thing, Heather? Because, there's a lot, the Netflix thing, as Mark pointed to earlier, really kind of ginned this case back up in the headlines. And now, because it's California, there is some appetite to maybe move this in the direction of at least lowering the sentence.
I think that's right, Trace, and I think a lot of this is political. If only every person who was in prison and has been so well rehabilitated was able to have a Netflix special about them. But I do think between Governor Newsom and this resentencing issue with the judge, it is quite likely that these two brothers will get back and be free.
Although if Gavin Newsom plans to run in 2028 for president, maybe that's not the direction he wants to go. Mark Eiglarsh, Heather Hansen, thank you both.
Thank you, Trace.
Hey, it's Will Kane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Kane podcast for full episodes right now.